Okay, welcome to Monday Motivation, Leading a Grateful Life. So welcome back, friends. It's time for another Monday Motivation. I'm truly grateful that you're here today, and I don't say that lightly. We live in a world that pulls us in 100 directions. And choosing to sit down for a moment of reflection is a gift for all of us. I know it's a gift for me to be with you here today. So we are talking about leading a grateful life, not as a trendy idea or a quick fix, but as a steady way of living that changes how we carry our past and how we handle our present, and also how we choose to step into our future. Gratitude is one of the strongest antidotes we have against bitterness and resentment. It's just impossible to carry bitterness and resentment when you're living a life of gratitude. I can say that as a fact because I've lived it. Gratitude clears the fog. It softens the grip of old wounds, which I understand that old wounds can hold us back. And that's what I want to talk about today, that we can still have gratitude even during tough times. And that gratitude strengthens us in ways we don't always realize until we pause long enough to look back and see, well, yeah, things did go better. If we haven't met before, my name is Terri Sterk. I am a wellness coach and an author. I serve women like all of you, those who have experienced challenging seasons. Let's talk about learning to live a grateful life. Let's start with why gratitude even matters. If you've lived through pain, real pain, and I know most of us have, probably all of us, because it is a part of life, then you know bitterness and resentment can show up overnight. They build slowly, like sediment settling in your heart. They accumulate after disappointments, betrayals, losses, illness, or any season where you've had to be stronger than you realized or that anyone else realizes. Bitterness says life should have been different. I was handed a difficult life and I don't understand it. Resentment says this isn't fair. Why do I have to live this way? Both of these are understandable human reactions, and we do understand it is hard to live a grateful life. If it were easy, I wouldn't even have to talk about it. But neither of those examples that I stated leads us forward. But gratitude can interrupt that spiral, and it helps. Well, let's just think it's like a gentle pat on your shoulder. And it says, look here, too. Look at what's still good, what's still standing, what's still possible. Research backs this up. People who practice gratitude regularly experience less anxiety, better sleep, stronger relationships, and greater emotional resilience. Aren't those all good reasons to live a gracious life? And long before research caught up, Scripture affirmed this truth in First Thessalonians. This would be in chapter 5, verse 18, which is a good one for this week. It says, give thanks in all circumstances. It doesn't say some things or some circumstances. It says all circumstances, meaning gratitude can exist with hardship. It's not denial, it's strength. So, to lead a grateful life, it's essential to understand the meaning of gratitude and why research shows it's so good for our emotional well being. Gratitude isn't pretending everything is perfect. Far from it. It doesn't require us to smile through the pain or act like the past didn't leave scars and marks on us. Forced positivity doesn't heal. It actually isolates us even further. Gratitude is something quieter and steadier. It's a choice. It's choosing to acknowledge the blessings that we've received, even during sad or bad times, big and small blessings. Even when life feels uncertain, it is possible to have gratitude. It's leaning into the ways you have sustained, even when circumstances didn't go the way you hoped. It's recognizing progress when perfection still feels so far away. I've been posting a lot of gratitude posts this week. I've tried to do at least one each day because gratitude, it's a reminder this week with Thanksgiving. But, the holiday is not called thanks-taking. It's called Thanksgiving. It's about giving thanks for everything in our lives. There's always something to be thankful for. That's why gratitude is so powerful for women who have endured trauma or long seasons of survival mode. Gratitude doesn't erase the past, but it can help balance the weight of the difficulty you've had. It helps the heart remember that not everything is broken, not everything is lost, and not everything is out of reach. We are still blessed beyond anything we could ever understand. The small moments change everything. It's easy to think a grateful life requires big events, big blessings, big positives, but a major breakthrough, a miracle, a dramatic transformation. But significant victories are rare. Those are the things that just come up every once in a while. Or for some of us, we may think never. But most of life is made up of ordinary days. And it's in those ordinary days that gratitude does its quiet healing work. Think about the moments you rush past without even thinking, like a morning that starts off peacefully, when you can relax with that first cup of coffee or tea. Or maybe it's the taste and the warmth of the mug, your favorite tea or coffee. Just thinking about that, the warmth it offers and the taste is so good. There's also the sunlight that reminds us that this too shall pass, that the morning is the glorious time of the day. The sunlight warms us, and the light gives us hope. Someone remembering your name or your story. Or maybe it's a small prayer that was answered in a way only you would notice. There's lots of small, ordinary things that happen every day. These are things that we can begin being grateful for. Then when the big things happen, we can recognize it better. These moments matter because they retrain the heart. If we've been through a difficult time, being thankful is hard. It's a challenge. But if we pay attention to these small things, that's how we can train ourselves to be grateful every single day. They teach us how to stop scanning for danger and just waiting for the next big problem. It helps us to start noticing goodness. These practices actually calm the nervous system. Gratitude signals to your brain, you're safe. You can keep moving forward. For women who have spent years surviving, that's a decisive shift. It's the beginning of healing. Now let's be honest, practicing gratitude is one of the hardest when life is so harsh and difficult. When we anticipate that everything will go our way, we are unable to experience gratitude. All we are is disappointed. But we must acknowledge that we live in a life filled with highs and lows, successes and failures, victories and challenges. When you've been hurt, overlooked, betrayed, or stretched to your limits with the expectations of your life, and I know we've all been there, that's when gratitude might feel impossible and may even seem unfair or a crazy expectation. But please hear me. Gratitude does not mean pretending you're fine. It means giving your heart another path. It means letting go of bitterness. You don't even have to think about it if you're thinking about gratitude. Here are some gentle, honest ways to practice gratitude during a hard season in your life. The first one is to name one true thing. Instead of thinking about everything that's gone wrong, sometimes we start lying to ourselves about what could happen or what might happen. So let's talk about what's true. Start small. Start with what's real. Not what's ideal, but let's start with reality. I woke up today. I'm here today. I'm learning. These are small truths that can anchor you when you feel emotionally challenged or you're having a real chaotic day. The second one is to create a gratitude moment. Yes, you can create it. You can be intentional. Not just a list, but a moment. Feel the warm mug in your hands, which we talked about earlier, or notice the steady breath in your lungs. Let gratitude become an experience, not just a task. Practice thankfulness in advance. This one is powerful because it can blend gratitude with your faith. You can say a prayer and say, "Thank you, Lord, for the strength I'll need to get through today." Or, "Thank you for the wisdom I haven't even received yet." This approach shifts your mindset from fear to an expectation of gratitude. Then you don't have to think about the bitterness or the resentment or the disappointment because you're focusing on being gracious. Number 4 is to speak it out loud. Your nervous system responds to your voice. So even alone in a room, even a simple prayer like, "Thank you for this beautiful day," it brings grounding and assurance that you are where you need to be at that moment. The fifth is to look back with mercy. Bitter, bitterness, bitterness looks back with judgment. Gratitude looks back with gentleness, mercy. Instead of asking, why did this happen to me? Try asking, how was I sustained? Excuse me. How was I sustained through that season? How did I make it? And then you can think of all those things that helped you get through it. That's gratitude, healing your story, not rewriting it. I have a closing action for you, an action step. The more light you allow within you, the brighter the world you live in will be. That's a quote that I come back to again and again. It's why I talk so much about the sunshine and the light it offers and the reminder it offers. I want to leave you with one simple practice today, something small enough that you can do it right now before you even go back to your task for the evening. But I hope it will be meaningful enough to also shift your heart to think about gratitude every single day. So before today ends, take 60 seconds and name 3 things you're grateful for. One big thing you're grateful for. One small thing you're grateful for. And one thing you usually overlook. The combination of these 3 things in your life teaches your heart that there are different ways to recognize goodness and to be grateful for all of it, the small things and the big things. And over time, these small practices add up. And all of a sudden, your heart is a grateful heart. And you can live a gracious, grateful life every single day. I really think it's important. I know it was important to my own healing, and I know it can work for you too, because it lifts discouragement and strengthens your resilience. So thank you for being with me today. Truly, gratitude isn't a quick fix, but it is a faithful companion, one that will walk with you through the ups and downs, through your victories and challenges, and through your successes and your failures. It will strengthen you and reshape how you experience your life. I'm so happy you were here today, and if this encouraged you, please share it with a friend or to remind them that hope is still available and you can be hopeful by feeling gratitude and naming it every single day. As always, I'm cheering you on. Good night.